Okay, so this can be the cold open to your podcast. Why are you sending me to voicemail? We are supposed to be meeting in 20 minutes. I can't imagine what you're doing. I'm just trying to figure out if you need coffee or not. So text me back. And next time, trick up.
Digging in the crates for something good. Hidden gems often misunderstood. 'Cause you know there's no such thing as too much. Miscellaneous important stuff.
Welcome back to the show. That message you heard at the beginning was Holly, who is on the show today, but that was actually recorded a couple weeks ago when she came on, and we had, well, I'm going to say we had trouble recording it. I had trouble getting it to record, and that's not even an accurate description. We recorded, or what I thought was recording, for 40 minutes, and then I found out it wasn't recording the whole time. So Holly was kind enough to come back and do it again, and it was still a lot of fun. I mean, the previous one was a lot of fun. It's just I don't have it recorded, so I can't play it for you. Oh well, things happen, and we move on, and that's good, right? So this week we were actually, her and I went to a concert. We're going to a concert in Dallas, so we were getting ready to do that. And we just sort of talked about life. We talked about, we were just shooting the breeze, as they say. I think that's a phrase. We talked about monetizing creativity. We talked about weird inventions. We talked about Zach Hansen and Rob Lowe. It was all over the place, but it was great. Holly is so much fun to talk to. This conversation was a lot of fun, like I said earlier, just like 20 seconds earlier. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Here it is. All right, here we go. We're recording. It's recording. I'm just going to give it like 3 seconds. Going to make sure it's recording.
Okay. I'm going to take a sip of my drink.
Take a sip of your drink. Let's see if we get that audio.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be coming through. Can't see you though. There you are. Are you close enough to the mic?
I don't know. Am I? How would you know if you can't hear me through the headphones?
You know, let me check on that. Nope, that's not working. So you sound great.
Great.
I'm sure you sound great.
All right.
Hold on, let me try one more thing. You just keep. Well, I'm not going to tell you to keep talking, but you can keep talking if you want.
Give me a topic and I'll talk on it.
Life.
That's not a topic. That's.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to hear you. This technology is not working. Anyway. Yeah, you can talk to me about life though. How's life?
I need to know whether or not I'm being recorded before I can talk to you.
Yeah, you're being recorded.
Life. Okay, so this is going to be potentially okay.
Yeah.
Because I got to censor myself.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because, not everything is for everyone.
Oh, that's true. All right, you're not being recorded.
Shut up.
I turned it off. All right, what are your deepest, darkest secrets?
Okay. There's so many to choose from.
I know. Just choose like top 3 deep, dark secrets that nobody should ever hear. We're not recording.
Yes, we are.
All right. Don't give me your secrets, but tell me how things are going.
Things are going all right. I'm not going to say no complaints because, as we both know, that's never the case.
Couldn't you just say no complaints, though?
I do have complaints.
What are your complaints?
Tell me. I wish that I was supporting myself as a working artist. I wish that I had a different job.
Oh, yeah, sister.
Yeah, brother.
You can call me sister. It's cool.
I mean, you know, sometimes you do exude a bit of a feminine energy, but I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's part of my transition.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just decided.
So we're just shooting the shit, or
Yeah.
we don't have no topic.
Oh, we'll see where we go.
Why don't you tell everyone what happened last time?
Last time? Oh, well, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. There's that story. We talked for 40-ish minutes.
And it was pretty good.
It was pretty
That's
good.
some good content.
Got real deep. And then I was like, all right, thanks for being here. And then
You had scored it with piano music underneath, so
Yeah.
it was deep and it was poignant, and then it was like, oh no.
and then I went to stop it and I was like, oh, it's already stopped because it was never going. Which I don't know how that happened. I'm telling you, I hit record and I tested it and I don't know.
I only felt bad because you felt bad.
Oh.
And I don't think you felt that bad.
Well, I was like, what am I going to do? I mean, it's done. There's nothing I can do to get it back. So I guess
Yeah.
move on. Why do you want to recreate all of that?
No,
I
there's
don't.
no. That would be contrived. I'm not into it.
You sure?
So, how are you?
I'm fine.
Except for the fact that you hit your head last night and that you might honestly be concussed.
I might be. I don't know.
You have kind of a foggy look in your eye, I have to say.
I think you're just saying that because you heard about that.
No, that
incident.
was the first thing I said to you. I was like,
that's
"Why
true.
are you so mellow today?" And I mean, you're a pretty mellow guy.
So I'm more than my regular mellow.
Yeah,
is
you're
what
like
saying.
mellow yellow today.
Well, I did take some. I don't know what drug would make me mellow.
Xanax.
I took 4 Xanax.
Can I have one?
No, like I told you earlier, I was playing soccer and there's a gap missing. I don't totally remember what happened, but I was playing soccer, ran for the ball. Another guy was running for the ball, and then I don't know. And then my head was on the wall, so I think I did a double tap.
Yeah.
It was a hit and then a bounce. So my head bounced back into the wall or something.
This is why I don't play sports.
It's never happened before though.
Yeah.
My vision went out for like a split second. So I was like, oh, that's not good. But I don't remember how I got to that point. I just remember being on the ground and I opened my eyes and everyone's like, go back up. Are you okay?
Wait, you fell all the way to the ground?
Oh yeah, I was on my back.
Oh my God, Jay. Okay, podcast is over. We're going to the hospital.
No, then I got up and everyone's like, are you okay? Obviously. And it all happened quick enough where nobody realized that my vision went out for a second.
Were you embarrassed?
No,
Because like Ellen always says, like whenever you're in pain, like pain takes a backseat to embarrassment. You're always like, I'm good. Like you're bleeding from your eyes. You're like, no, it's fine.
I wasn't really embarrassed. Like I've been hurt plenty of times in soccer where I was in much more pain than I was there because I didn't really feel any pain. I was just like, what? How did that?
It's probably because you
happen?
did so many recreational drugs before.
That's true. That helps a lot. Just
Yeah.
whatever I had laying
They always
around.
say alcoholics survive, the crash because they're so.
All right,
like,
don't give people the wrong idea.
loosey-goosey.
I'm not an alcoholic. Yeah, I don't remember being embarrassed. I was more upset. I was annoyed that happened.
You screwed up the play.
Or like, no, that I was just mad because I really wanted to play, and I was mad that.
Oh, so did you just stop playing after that?
No, I kept playing.
So the lesson here, children, is
Never
what?
give up.
Never give up.
But
Just hit your head, potentially severely injure yourself, but keep going because, hey, why not?
being aware, though, I mean, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't in pain. I didn't feel confused. I wasn't seeing things. My vision wasn't impaired. So I was like, I feel okay right now.
Yeah.
And then I went home and I still felt okay. It was just, I guess, that fogginess.
Yeah.
But I feel here. I don't feel like I'm out of it, even though I do feel more tired today.
Okay. Well, if at any point I feel that we need to seek medical attention, you're just going to have to trust me.
Yeah, that's why you're here. And I'll probably be like, I'm fine. Back off. You're bleeding from your eyes. I'm fine.
I'm good. Let's keep going.
Quit being such a mom.
Never give up.
Yeah, never give up. Keep living. Live the dream.
Okay. Well, what else?
For me?
For anything. What do you want to talk about? When did you lose your virginity?
What were you talking about before I feel like I cut you off?
I just said I wanted a new job. So
That's
if anyone's hiring.
Well, you said you want to make a living for yourself as an artist. You're a working artist, right?
Sure.
So what are you doing to make that happen?
Oh, yeah. Not a lot, I guess.
Oh, well, geez. Come on.
I didn't say I was trying. I just said I was sad that it wasn't just happening.
What do you feel like you could do to make it happen? Like, what is that path? I feel like I have what?
I need to come into a considerable sum of money.
Oh, stop.
I mean, you know.
That's not true, though.
It's not true, but it would be awesome.
You're saying what everyone else in the world is saying.
But I would use it for good and not for evil.
Also saying what everyone else is saying with that statement.
Not everyone says that.
Anyone who is like, I want to win the lottery, but I would use it for good.
But I really would. I would.
You're not helping.
I don't know. What do you think about like what's your like opinion on doing like Kickstarter? Because you know how, most artists in our position, have the choice whether or not to use that platform. And so what's your take on it? Like, would you ever do it?
Yeah, I love Kickstarter. I've seen people.
I feel like I like it too, and I've obviously donated to several Kickstarters for projects that I believe in or whatever. But for some reason, I think I would have a really hard time wanting to do it for myself. Like, you have to really you just have to have balls, and you have to have like a lot of confidence in your work. And
I have balls.
I know you do.
You will, well, not for long.
Well, then why haven't you ever done one?
I just meant physically I have balls. I didn't know you were talking.
I'm talking about your emotional balls.
Oh.
Your feelings
God.
Balls.
Feelings balls.
Your emotion balls.
Emotion balls? Why haven't I done one? I haven't had a project where I thought it made sense to do it.
Made sense?
Yeah, where I think for a lot of the stuff I do, I'm just not ready to ask people for money yet, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be in a place where like you feel ready. But what would it be that would make you, I don't know. Like, for me, when I did blueprints or whatever, I wanted to be able to put something out there myself, that I funded myself as sort of like a good faith gesture. Like, this is what I can do if in the future you wanted to contribute to something, financially that I was to do again. Like, this is like the sort of product that you would get. Yeah. For me, it was important to do that.
I think it's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
What? But now you're still worried about.
It's very difficult for me to ask people for money.
Me too. I get that. I have like a bit of the imposter syndrome, where it's like, it doesn't matter how much effort I put into any project, I don't believe that anybody's willing to pay for it.
Yeah, but like, we have to get to that point.
Yeah, and I think I would feel more comfortable.
Unless we come into a large sum of money, which is what I said.
I think I'd feel more comfortable if I had a product. Like, right now, what I'm doing is just sort of an idea. But if I had something that I could give to people if they wanted to contribute, I'd feel more comfortable with that. Oh, you
mean like if you invented a...
Yes.
I'm trying to think of an invention on the spot. If you invented something that could refrigerate a smoothie overnight,
Yeah, it's called a refrigerator.
No, listen, we can FaceTime people across the world. We can put people in space, and you can't refrigerate a smoothie overnight. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. You put a smoothie in the refrigerator and it melts. You put it in the freezer and it freezes solid.
Nobody will buy that, though.
Yes, they would.
I'll tell you why. Because you buy a smoothie, you drink the smoothie.
Not always.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe? Because listen, I will tell you what. There is one that I really like.
Tell me.
And it has peanut butter in it. It's like peanut butter and banana. I can't remember what it's called, but shout out to Tropical Smoothie Cafe, who's sponsoring this episode. And do you know how many calories it was?
Probably like
720.
That's a meal.
I couldn't, but I didn't finish it. / I didn't feel comfortable finishing it.
Comfortable.
So I go to but then I have to finish it because it's never going to be the same consistency again. So I would like a small device, if you will, and I think it would have to be kind of like a very miniature margarita machine, that just is constantly stirring.
Yeah.
And then you stick it in the fridge or the freezer.
I think you can get that though.
Is that a thing? I don't think it's a thing.
I think you could buy it like a margarita machine, put smoothie in it, and just like have that all the time.
Okay, but if you bought a margarita, that's like expensive and huge.
I don't know.
Listen, I just gave you a really good product for your Kickstarter and you're rejecting it. I don't know.
I grew up being told you need to finish what's on your plate.
Well, that's because you're skinny.
Whether you like it or not, you have to finish it.
You don't come from, peasant stock like the McNats to where, if it's a 720 calorie smoothie, you need to drink half and then save the rest.
Well, maybe get a smaller smoothie then. Or is that the smallest one?
I don't know if it's the smallest one. I don't know. I think it's like one size fits all.
No. No.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Jay.
I would.
That was the best invention that I could come up with.
It's a limited market.
Do you have an invent something right now in the next 20 seconds? Go. That someone would actually buy.
Well, something that people would actually buy, I don't know. But when I was a kid, I invented the car door burn guard.
Okay.
Which protected your hands from being burned by the door handle in the
was it a glove?
No, it was like a piece of foam or something that kind of it fit the handle like a glove, and then you like Velcro strapped around it. I was very proud of it.
That sounds really janky.
It was. But I was proud of it, and it definitely
Did you
protected.
invent it for like a class or something? Was it an
No,
assignment?
I used to be into like inventing
did
things.
That?
Yeah, I just did it.
How adorable.
That and the storm barricade, which I won. In my bathroom, there's a certificate for wackiest invention. That's what I won that prize for.
What is the storm barricade?
Well, the storm barricade, as it's officially known.
As it's known around my apartment.
And it's on its patent form. Is an invention that protects your family from tornadoes. You and your family. Because here's what happens.
Okay.
You hit a button and a winch starts.
What?
A winch, like a cable winch. Like it doesn't matter. Walls raise up around your house.
Like so you didn't. Walls. So you just like made it up in your head. You didn't actually build a prototype.
Yeah, I'm sorry that in 5th grade I didn't have the tools to build the storm barricade prototype.
5th grade, you need to think smaller.
I've never thought smaller though. I was terrified of tornadoes, and when I moved here, I was like, we got to make this stop.
And
everyone else was like, let's go underground, and I'm like, no, but what about the house?
Okay, walls come up around your house, so are they just like really, really, really strong walls?
Yeah, like steel walls.
Okay, so you're just basically a house over your house.
House around your house. There's no. I don't think there
like
was a roof.
Condom.
I think it was just tall walls, so like anything could run into
house contraception.
Yeah, it's a house condom. A steel house condom.
That's what you should have called it.
Well, when I put it on Kickstarter, that is what I could call it.
What if you put a condom over your condominium?
I feel like a condominium should be made of that material already,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Kickstarter.
That's right.
So
would you feel comfortable asking people for money for the house condom if you did build a prototype?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's a
you probably
product.
would have sunk a lot of money into that already.
Yeah. And it's more concrete. You're like, this is the thing that I've made that works. Do you want to buy it? Art's different.
Why? Because it's ephemeral, because it's not tangible.
Yeah, it's more personal. And you're like, well, I like it, but how in the
Yeah.
world could anybody else like it?
Well, I know some people in this town don't have a problem asking for money for
I know.
their amazing art. So
Ooh,
would that we...
Holly throwing shade. Do you want to name names or?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm just hoping to get some drama started, and maybe
I
I'd
hope
have them
so.
on, and
Yeah.
they can talk about you. Like, what do you think of
Yeah,
Holly?
because I handle criticism so well.
Even better. And then I'll talk to you about what they said about you. It's just like a whole war that I start.
Yeah.
And I just sit back and be
It's just
neutral.
like a podcast spinoff of why do you, and it's called Why Do You Think You're So Great?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I don't know. No, I mean, really, honestly, I feel kind of ambivalent about it because it's like I'm half kind of like, ugh, why do they think they're so great? But then I'm also like, wow, good for them.
Yeah.
I wish I had that much. I don't know if audacity is the right word. I guess it's just really just confidence.
Yeah. It is impressive in a way to have that sort of confidence where you're like, they got to know
And
too.
it's not
that
like
it-
they don't produce, you know.
Yeah. For anybody who's asking somebody else for money, that's difficult. And
Maybe we should make a pact right now that within the next year, you and I will both ask for money for our artistic endeavors.
Oh, I'm already on that path, you see.
Okay, but have you made a pact yet? Because
Oh, is that what was going to force me to do it, though?
I don't know, maybe. I'm just trying to give you the push that you need to reach for your dreams.
That's so sweet.
You're welcome.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm working on stuff right now, and you just told me that you're not. So it feels
I
like
mean-
you need that push.
I
More than
am
me.
in theory.
In theory.
Every day I'm working towards something. Sometimes, you know, working on something artistic is just observing and
you didn't say that earlier.
experiencing life.
That sounds like a cop out.
I know it does, but that's kind of how, that's like my work ethic is. I kind of like consume like as much of life as I can take for a long time. And then in short, aggressive bursts, I produce art.
Oh, it's tough to monetize,
Well,
isn't it? I feel like
yeah,
it
of
is.
course. Well, I mean, it depends on what the medium is. Like, if it's like a painting or something like that, like, no, it's not. You know, because, like, you know, I've had months to work on a painting before, and then I did it all in like 4 days, and then I sold it.
Yeah, but you got to be like, to make money on that all the time, don't you? Got to be known and be the best, and I guess it's more about being known. People got to know who you are.
Yeah,
Art's worth
Gotta have a
whatever
social media
anybody's willing to
presence.
pay, right?
that's right.
So how do you get people to pay a lot of money?
Gotta get back to those emotional balls.
Oh, that's right. You need balls.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Gotta flex your art nuts.
oh, what a great idea.
Flexing your art nuts with Holly and Jay.
Oh, you know what? You could start a YouTube channel where that's what episodes are titled.
That sounds like a lot of work.
You can start telling other people how to make money as an artist, and then they're going to be like, so how do you make your money?
And I'm like, off of you.
Yeah, I'm telling you how to do it. So you're not doing it? Well, sort of.
Well,
I'm here.
I'm not great at math, but
Oh, a lot of people do that though with entrepreneurship. There's all those courses on being an entrepreneur, and they're not making any money off of actually being an entrepreneur. They just tell other people how to do it.
Yeah.
What a world.
What a world. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
So, are you excited about tonight?
Yeah. What's tonight?
Tonight, we're going to see Hobo Johnson and the Lovemakers. Woo! In Dallas.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
That's really probably the last concert I went to is the one last year. Well, no, I saw Kings of Leon at the Scissortail Park opening, but
I'm so glad you didn't get shot.
that was fine. It was actually really cool. If you stood on the very back where you could go, like the back line, it was insane to see how many people were there.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest concert in the history of Oklahoma City or something like that.
Really?
I mean, it was 27,000 people or something. I mean, it was crazy.
Well, damn.
It was crazy. It was
Sounds
cool though.
Awesome.
But this is going to be a much smaller show.
I'm excited. You introduced me to HJ.
You're welcome.
Thank you. He has done a lot for me.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
And I was very depressed whenever you first, played me Peach Scone.
Ah, Peach Scone. Classic.
And you were like, this helped me a lot when I was depressed. And I was like, okay, cool. And let me just, on a side note, say to when your friends want to show you a video, like online, or they want to show you something online, like watch your friends' videos. Like a lot of times we think that we have the best videos, and like it's almost kind of like, okay, you know what I mean?
I'll watch it.
Oh, yeah. And you kind of like roll your eyes or whatever, but like watch your friends' videos. Like it'll make them feel good, and it'll probably make you feel good. Like, I don't know. That's just a piece of advice.
That is nice.
But because don't you like it whenever you show somebody something and they really like it? It makes you feel good about you.
Yeah, of course.
So
I mean, like I only show stuff that's really important though, things that I get really, really excited about.
And very rarely do we come upon something all on our own. Usually it's somebody who's shown us this thing, but maybe it was such a long time ago that we forgot or whatever. But like, I mean, it's very rare that I just come across something on my own. It's usually someone else has directed me towards it. But anyways,
my brother's the one that directed me to
really
through a Facebook post.
See, now that's cool. So it's like we've started this chain of, and so anyways, I really liked it, and then I watched like the rest of his videos online, and like I was really depressed at the time. I didn't have a job, and I was really sick, and like some days like there were just moments during the day when I didn't know what else. I literally just didn't know what else to do. It was like I was living minute to minute, and so I kind of just started watching them obsessively just to like pass the minutes by, and they helped me a lot.
Which song helps you the most?
I'm not sure which one helps me the most. I watched Peach Scones a lot, and I think that his aesthetic, which is to kind of write about sad things and then express them in kind of a happy way, so there's that sort of it's sort of incongruous, but it feels right. I don't know. It just it hits you in a way that's like that's like really good for you and really healing, because it's like, oh, I can relate to this, but it's also not pushing me deeper into the hole. Yeah. It's uplifting because you connect, but you're also moving forward.
Well, it's like you see somebody else talking about hard things, but they seem okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like, okay, this guy made it through. Like, I can too. And like, knowing his backstory and stuff. I mean, he had, some, he was kicking rocks like for a while. So, I don't know. I really liked that. I listened to Sex and the City a lot. I like that a lot. And then my sister really liked Crevecoeur. So is that how you say it?
I don't know. I know that song, but I don't know if that's how you say it.
Well, I looked it up, and I know that it means there's a place in Missouri called Crevecoeur, but there's also in, I think, Latin, it means heartbreak.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so like my sister really liked that song, and so I started listening to that one a lot too. I don't know, maybe I just like the piano, and like how they're both kind of like more mellow or whatever. But gosh, I mean, I kind of just like them all.
Me too. It's 2 full albums now,
Yeah,
and he is not disappointed.
I know. So we're gonna go see him. Yay! Hopefully, I'm not gonna get pushed over by some like screaming
Fan?
17-year-old who's
God.
like, "I love you."
See, it'll be interesting because last time I went, I feel like a lot of the people that were there only knew a couple songs, or they just heard about them, or they
Yeah.
were totally into the whole thing. And I just wonder how much has changed, or if there's gonna be a lot more people. Or
Well, I definitely think it's gonna be crowded because I think a lot of his shows are selling out.
even last year though, I waited in line forever just to get in.
Yeah. I don't know. Another reason like I hate concerts. And, you know, usually when I go, I'll only go if I have a seat or if
Yeah.
it's like a listening room type of situation, you know, where people are polite.
We were like sitting at a table, like a concert in a cafe or something.
Yeah, I'm very into polite audiences, and you know, I mean, I don't know if that's because I come from the theater or what. I don't know if it's because I'm a short person and I don't like, you know, being stuck in a crowd of tall people. But I also can't stand like hero worship. Like it really like bothers me. It freaks me out. And do you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like I do, but you should elaborate.
I mean, I don't like it when people go to concerts and they like freak the fuck out, you know, and they like, cause I don't know. I mean, like, I like Hobo Johnson. I think he's awesome. I have a lot of respect for him, and I'm grateful to him, you know, for his art because it helped me a lot. But like, if I was to meet him or stand in front of him, it's not that I wouldn't be a little bit starstruck. I'm sure I would. But like, I would want to be able to like shake his hand and just be like, "Hey, thanks. You know, I really appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing." I wouldn't be like, you know what I like, because like that to me is just so silly. Like, I feel embarrassed for them. I feel embarrassed for me for being there because like then it makes me feel like, well, am I supposed to be acting like that? I don't know. And it just is distancing. It just puts like a greater distance between me and the artist, I feel like, because I guess I feel like the more like rabid amount of fans there are, the further I'm going to get away from the artist that I like, because they're going to feel the need to put a barrier there, protect themselves, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I feel that same way. I mean, it's I guess starstruck's the word. If you're in a room with somebody that you've really respected and appreciated, and then you're like, oh man, they're right in front of me. This is so odd. But I don't want to put an artist at another level where it's like they're a god.
Yeah, like
I'm
that's
like,
so not. It's just, it bothers me because I'm like, I want to be like. I just think like I get starstruck by my friends sometimes, you know, when my friends do something really great, you know, but I still want to like, I don't know. I guess for every artist that I truly, truly like, I want to feel like I could be their friend.
That's how I look at it. I don't want them to be at such a different level where I'm like, well, they're going to look at me like somebody that, I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather have a conversation with them and get the chance to work with them, or like Mike Birbiglia.
Right.
You know, someone who I respect so much and appreciate his work, and everything he does I think is so good, but I would love to work with him someday.
Yeah.
I don't want to treat him like he's some otherworldly creature. Yeah. I'm just like, you're so good and I don't do what you do. And
yeah, because it's like the whole purpose of like, for me, liking someone, admiring someone is because I feel connected to them.
Yeah.
And the more I turn them into, like a god instead of just another person, I'm distancing myself from them. And I don't want that.
It's fine to be a fan, though.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a fan of my brothers and my sister.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I worship them.
Yeah.
Even though they tell me I should. Like, I don't.
I think that's kind of why some people, you know, like sort of like the hipster motto is like, oh, when something becomes too mainstream, like I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't feel that way. There's plenty of mainstream things I like. Taylor Swift, for one thing. I like Taylor Swift. But like, I do kind of understand that once someone reaches a certain level of fame that you're like, well, I just don't feel as close to them anymore because I know physically I would never be able to, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it felt like you were part of something small and special and whatever.
Yeah, small and special, but it's like, I mean, there's a lot of indie like shows that I go to, which I like going to, because it's a small, like, non-crowded thing. But like, there's an artist I really like. Her name is Eliza Rickman, and she's amazing. And I think that, you know, she's as far as I'm concerned, I think she's one of the best artists, singer-songwriters on earth. But I have had an actual conversation with her. You know, I gave her some fan art after a show once, and like now she follows me on Instagram and will DM every now and then. You know what I mean? And I don't think she's any less great, and I wish her all the success in the world. But like, it was so nice that I was able to personally thank her for her artistic contribution to my life. And I don't think I'm ever going to get the chance to do that with T Swift. You know what I mean?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know,
it's
maybe.
It's harder, though, because there's so many people.
It's harder because she's distanced from me, because she has to take a lot, you know, more precautions, because she does have crazy fucking fans who are going to
You have to at that level.
pose
Even
a
if you
threat
don't want
her.
to. You might want to be close with your fans, but you're like, but I know.
Yeah, but you have to.
I know there's people that are just too crazy. And
Yeah.
You don't know when you're going to get that version or if you're going to get somebody who's normal.
Yeah.
People lose their minds and they forget that they're talking to another person.
Well, and I mean, I'm not going to say that I've never felt that before. Like when I was a little girl and I loved Hanson, you know, I got, you know.
Well, that's different. They are gods.
Well, that is different. I mean, come on. No, but I mean, I felt like that screaming excitedness, like when I, you know, got to meet them or whatever. But like, I held it in. I was super cool.
Yeah, but at that age, you don't know that that's something that maybe you shouldn't do, or you don't even know what's happening. You're just like, I love them.
I did, though. So I was 14, and they were playing a free concert outside of Tinseltown.
Wow.
And I stood in line 4 hours to meet them and get their autograph. And then I walked up to Zach Hansen, who was my crush. And he was so beautiful. And his cheeks were like ruddy because it was a hot summer day. And he had his hair in a ponytail. And I very, very coolly was like, I feel so bad that I'm not crying like all these other girls.
I'm normal.
I'm cool and normal. And he was like, no, don't feel bad that you're not crying. And he kind of laughed. And I was like, oh my God, I made Zach Hansen laugh. I'm so cool. He wants to marry me.
And did you guys
No, he
tell everyone what happened?
They
got married.
He met someone. He met someone else, which I thought was kind of rude after the obvious connection that we had. And I think they have a family and stuff, so whatever.
You know Zach Hansen listens to this podcast, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Zach, DM me. Let me know what happened. I feel like you were giving me some mixed signals. I feel a little bit misled.
I want to contact him.
I think they're really, really nice guys.
They seem like it.
Like, I think they're really generous, and I'm sure they've played Mbop about 70,000 more times than they've ever wanted to.
Oh, it's still so good, though. When I hear that, I genuinely like that song. It's not a guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure.
I mean, it's a bop. It's an Mbop.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It feels good.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to it
good.
so many times when I was young, so now I have a hard time listening to it just because it's just like, oh my God.
It's not on that much anymore, though, so when it does come on, I'm like, I know, it's childhood.
But I listen to it more than
the regular people.
Than a lot of people. I don't know. I remember one time Rob Lowe, this was when I worked at Chesapeake, Rob Lowe came to Chesapeake to like give a talk or whatever, which was pretty cool, you know, and I got to ask him a question, which was nice. But I remember our VP of the company, I won't say her name, but she was
Say it.
Martha Berger.
Oh.
She was the one who was like sitting up there kind of, you know, being the Oprah Winfrey of the, you know, sort of summit. You know, we were all in the, you know, theater, and, you know, she was sort of interviewing him, as it were. And she goes, "I'm sorry, I just have to do this. I'm up here with Rob Lowe." And I was just like, "Martha, you are embarrassing yourself.
You're ruining it."
Like, yeah, I was just like, like I just like put my head in my hands in that moment. I was just like, wow.
I think that would, if I was Rob Lowe, I'd be.
I would be, yeah, I would be, that would be off-putting for me.
You're like, I don't want you to make me feel like I'm different either.
Yeah, it's like you're.
It
was just yeah, it
conversation.
just. I felt like it made us just look like we're already in Oklahoma. It's like, don't make us look more hokey than we already
it's like,
need
this
to
is
look.
what I expected.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just stick a piece of straw between your teeth?
Did she?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
But I will say that he I don't know how old he is, but he is gorgeous and shiny, and he looks.
Say shiny?
Yeah, and he looks 18 years old. Like, that man.
Well, he's a Hollywood star. Like,
Yeah, but lots of Hollywood stars, you know, up close, not so great. But
how many have you seen up close?
I don't know.
One.
Maybe a handful. I don't know. But he looked great.
You saw.
And he was very gracious and sweet.
Well, that's nice.
And he gave me some good.
Happen.
He gave me some good acting advice too, which was
What
nice.
was it?
He said, I asked him if he subscribed to any kind of method, and he just said, you know, I always just look for really good writing, you know, because writing is going to do a lot of the work, you know, kind of right out of the gate. And then he says he tries not to catch himself acting, you know, that if he feels like he's acting, then it probably looks like he is. And I think about that a lot, you know, and I do that to myself sometimes when I'm like there's been some times in rehearsal where I'm like, let's roll that back because that was bad.
At least you know.
And
some people don't know.
Yeah, I think Mr. Lowe for his words of advice.
Mr. Lowe, we know you listen too.
We know,
So,
yeah, he's a huge fan.
And we have to call you Mr. Lowe. That's what you said.
We can't look him in the eyes.
Yeah,
We have to call him
you
Mr.
are
Lowe.
important, more important than the rest of us,
Mhm.
as you know.
We worship you as a deity.
Yes. Thank you for blessing us.
With your dewy complexion.
Yeah.
And your piercing eyes.
Oh, what a beautiful man, right?
I mean, he is.
I don't know.
He's
I have no
basically
idea.
a stallion.
I'm a 0 on the Kinsey scale, so
Are you?
yeah.
Really? I think I'm like a...
Did you put me at a 3? Is that what you're...
I mean, I guess that's fine.
You're so disappointed.
Obviously, you're a huge homophobe. Whatever. I don't know what I am. Is 6 like gay?
6
0's
is totally homosexual.
totally
0 is
straight?
totally heterosexual.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like a 2 or a 3. It depends. I mean, if Alicia Keys walked in the room, I'd be a 6.
For that moment.
I love
Or
Alicia
forever.
Keys. She's wifey material.
Oh, see? I can't think of a guy that would make me feel that way.
Really?
No.
Not even HJ?
No. See, he's someone I just want to hang out with. I don't
Yeah.
want to kiss him.
Kiss him.
I can't think of anybody. And I've like asked myself that a lot of times where I'll, like bring up somebody in my head, like a friend or like anybody I've met. And
Yeah. Just
do
not.
I feel that way about them? And I'm like, oh no.
Ugh.
I just don't.
No, that's fine.
God,
But if you're in prison, you'd be gay in like 2 minutes.
Is that gay? Or is that just surviving?
I don't know. Like, if you were in prison for the rest of your life, don't you think you'd want a companion?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I'd be in solitary because I get crazy.
You get cray.
Yeah.
I would have a girl that I call daddy in about my first day. Like, if I was in prison for the rest of my life, I'd be like, I am a 6. I am a lesbian now.
Oh man.
I am looking
See,
for my
that's tough.
daddy.
I can't imagine. I don't want to think about being in prison though.
Well, I can't imagine that you'll ever go.
You don't know what I get into.
You don't know. Well, maybe now that you hit your head,
changed me.
It might change you. Like, if you start doing illegal shit tonight, I might have to just, like, go.
I'm into drugs and murder now. It's what it is, you know?
I'll be like, I'm sorry, officer. He hit his head. He was playing indoor soccer.
You're like,
It's a whole thing.
Okay, it's fine. We see that a lot.
Before this, he was a very law-abiding citizen.
And I'm like, nah, not anymore. Yo.
It's unchanged me.
Arrest me, officer. I've been bad.
I saw a tweet the other day that I thought was funny. You know how people are making a big deal about, like,
you say about
vape pens and, like, the mango flavor and how it's, like, gonna kill you or whatever.
And it's like killed 6 people or something.
Yeah, right. And so the guy's like, yeah, a cop pulled me over. He saw a vape pen in my front seat and he was like, hey, I saw in the news those things were killing people. And he goes, oh, really? I heard they were saying the same thing about you guys.
Oh, it's so terrible.
But so funny. It's so
funny.
true.
That's a quick comeback.
Yeah.
It's like he almost wanted to get pulled over so he could say it. Had a vape pen up on the dash, just like, what is that there? We're getting short on time here.
Okay.
I think I didn't even set a timer because who needs it?
Who needs it? Time is just money. So we both say, hey, we brought it back to money. That's good.
Yeah. Speaking of money, where can I get some?
Oh yeah. Weren't you just chastising me for wanting to come into a sum?
I want to earn the sum. I'm just like, how do I?
See, I'm okay with not earning it.
I'm not. I am 100% not.
No, I just want to happen upon it. But I would turn it into good things.
Okay. Well, we will see.
All right.
I have a pile of cash waiting for you. It's a test.
Okay. Well, I can't wait.
There are 2 suitcases sitting next to the door. I need you to pick them up, get in your car, and drive south.
So this is turned into a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. So I told you, I'm different now.
All right.
Well, let's get out of here. Do you have any advice for me? I think I asked you that last time. Remember when we weren't recording?
Wear a helmet.
So good. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Tough. Boy Meets World. Okay. Thanks, Holly.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the screen right now. It is recording. So this will...
Definitely recording.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, rad.
All right, we'll come back soon.
Will do.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks again to Holly for coming on the show. I'm committed to recording this outro in one take because I got to get out of here and I'm going to go to therapy. Shout out therapy. Let me know if you go. Actually, you know what? While we're on the topic, let me know if you go to therapy. Let's talk therapy. Come on the show. Let's talk therapy. But until then, I don't know that I have much to say. I really like that conversation. I'm really glad that it ended up working out and that I got to record it and now I get to put it out. And I came back this week just like I told you I would. So hopefully I can keep that going. I will keep that going. And I will be back here next week. I don't know what the conversation will be yet, but I know I'm excited to have it. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. So I hope everyone has a good week. I really appreciate you stopping by to listen. I have a bunch of stuff coming up that I hopefully will be able to talk about soon. But until then, if you like this episode, please let me know. If you hated this episode, please let me know. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, please let me know. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.